And we're back. Isn't that right, Ergo?
Yes.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad for that confirmation. That's what I needed. Thank you for always being here for me. Like a bee. Get it?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of buzz about this game.
Oh, whoa.
Not really, but...
you got it on point, like a stinger. Anyway, in case you forgot, there are bee-related designs in this game now, in the trial that we're currently in.
So we're about to... Yeah, we brought a member of the jury into the witness stand, which really feels like not correct, but...
Yeah, doesn't feel like it would be. Be correct.
Okay, wait. We always have, like, in Ace Attorney, it's always like, okay, it's always one of the witnesses who is, like, the actual person that we need to, like, find who is guilty. Is it going to be this lady? Is it going to be a person from the jury who is the actual criminal?
I don't know.
Gonna get crazy up in here?
Crazy up in here, let's go. I don't know. I feel like even though she's rich, and usually rich means, you know,
bad guy,
corrupt, you know, let's be fair. It's usually a sound statement to make, but she doesn't seem like the bad guy to me right now. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to be diligent.
And we just start, and she immediately is like, I'm a bitch. I killed him.
I kick puppies in my spare time. Do you remember her voice?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Do you remember? I like the voice you were giving this guy.
Oh,
you're
I was like, kind of mumbling.
Yeah, you were mumbling. You had like a deep voice. Like it was pretty good. I liked it. But let's continue.
The Altamont Gas Company is what they're called, by the way.
Yes.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collection agent. Altamont gas meters accept threepenny bits. Each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas.
Wow.
That's what I say after I go to Taco Bell.
Yes. Yes, baby. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And yet the meter in Mr. Shamspeare's room didn't have a single coin in it.
Oh.
The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. They're just not using the gas at all. Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, what is? Alright.
Sip.
Is he gonna break it?
Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn to my hollow chalice.
I am drunk.
Yes. We all knew that, trust me. Anyway, what do you mean by that remark, Lord Van Six? Did the mustache Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court, and yet now we must listen to this abhorrence. That's how I feel about that!
There goes the glass.
Clearly!
First glass breakage of the stream.
Yeah, everybody put that on your counter.
Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than just geographical distance.
Okay, watch out. You're getting into racist territory again.
But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead.
Oh, well, the whole bottle.
He throws out the whole bottle.
Do what you will.
Lord Van Zeeks appears to be in a violent mood.
Yes, he does. And it's kinda hot. An attempted poisoning, and incidents of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance. But, I wonder, the truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places. Especially in these games. It's kind of the crux of it all.
Yeah.
And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is.
Alright.
Time to press everything!
Press. Press the press button.
So, does that mean you enter people's houses in order to empty their gas meters?
That I do. Have to try to catch people when they're in. Then I ask permission to come inside and do my business.
That sounds so ominous. Does that mean you've been in Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspear?
Well, now, interesting you should bring that up, because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survived the winter is beyond me, it really is.
Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spends all his gas money on books.
And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burns them for warmth. That's so sad. You will kindly reiterate your statement about the gas meters themselves, Mr. Meterman.
Not much to say, really, but as you wish.
Oh, 1 second. I kind of wonder if the music's a little loud.
Oh.
Do you want to check to make sure on the stream's end it's okay? It could just be loud on my end,
Did
but
it change its volume?
I just want to make sure.
I can barely hear the game at all.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
On
then
the
we're fine.
stream, yeah.
We're fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Is the game too quiet on the stream? I mean, it's at...
No, I was saying I felt this
No.
was loud. That's why I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we could still be heard.
I know, that's
That's all.
why I'm...
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it may be quiet on the stream. Is it just loud for us? But whatever. It's fine.
Okay, well, as long as everything seems okay. No worries. All right, so something about the bits. Oh, we're familiar with bits here being on Twitch. We know about bits.
Bits.
So, all London houses that have a gas supply are fitted with these gas meters, are they?
They're the latest model. I'm Southern now.
Oh, that's what you did last time. Yeah, she kind of evolved into being like Southernish. I think so did the other lady too.
Yeah. That's the only way I know how to do like a high class lady is if I make her like a Southern belle.
Yeah.
Like,
That's valid.
Or I would be, or like aggressively British. I don't know.
I mean, they are in
yeah,
Britain.
yeah.
But do what you want, babe. Do what you want.
The height of technology developed by our company, Altamont Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in their property, yes.
So if a 3-pence coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins in a night?
A bit more than that, usually. If they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is.
Thinking about it, Soseki-san doesn't have a fireplace in that room of his, does he?
Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have gas for heating.
Ah, yes. I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Natsume's room, actually.
And how does the money in the meter get back to you at the gas company?
Every 3 days, gasmen like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coins.
To the point.
I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the company an awful lot of money. But happily, it did put a stop to people not paying their dues, for the most part.
Because they have to pay in advance, you mean?
Yes, exactly right. Suppressing the meter did not have a single coin.
Out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages.
And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shattenspear's room, I take it?
Naturally, we took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tooth comb.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume?
No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock, the Shamspear Special.
Dang! That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3-penny pieces.
But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty. I'll never forget the humiliation when I opened up the money box and found it bare, You what? I said, you what? Maybe they're just not using that.
Right? Maybe he's not using it. I don't know.
Maybe he's bringing his own gas. I don't know.
Burning his own gas, huh? Anyway.
And the look on his face, that smarmy smile of his.
Makes me so fit to choke myself.
I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jemmied open anywhere. Not a single sign. What happened to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day, that's what.
A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing became of it. I've still got it.
Oh.
Right here. In this dialogue box.
Yeah, I know I've had it in my pants this whole time.
In my inventory.
No wonder they call you Meter Man. This is the strangest wrapped present I've ever seen. I think it'd be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is ongoing.
Cool. That means we should look at it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it, which means we've got to take a second glance at it. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony.
Here should we,
Though I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter.
Oof. Here, before we press the next one, should we go look at it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's look.
In case it's relevant.
Let's take a look at the court record. A meter
Yes.
that dispenses gas for a set time after a coin is inserted. It sports a very strong lock, developed especially with Mr. Shamspear in mind.
You know, I wonder if he's doing like that thing that people used to say you could do where you tie like a string around
Yeah.
the coin, like in a vending machine. Is he like doing that maybe? I don't
kind of wonder. Okay, but anyways, let's take a look. Man, it looks dirty.
That's a very sturdy-looking padlock, isn't it?
know. No.
No.
I could break it with the Susato chop.
Susato chop! And the money box is sealed with beeswax, too. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like a, you know, on like a letter.
Oh, yeah.
Like a seal.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that. Like, I'll be
Yeah.
legit honest.
At first I was like, is that just some goo? But then I was like, oh, it's like a letter
yeah.
seal.
So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up into any mischief, he'd be found out immediately.
Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would do.
No, it is.
You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you?
I'm sorry, I added the do. Susato did not, so she did not finish that
She
statement.
realized she was like, actually.
Well, anyway, it's understandable that the gas company would want to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs.
But it does feel a little over the tops, perhaps, doesn't it?
Do 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 do. Anything else? Turn them around.
Turn around.
So that's where the gas goes.
Yeah, go all the way to the butt. Oh,
Oh,
there's a hole. A little hole.
What? Oh, what's?
Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Just here, there's a little hole. Do you see?
Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed.
It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say.
So, you think it might have been opened by Mr. Shamspear?
Possibly. It seems the people at Altamont Gas must have missed it.
How do they miss this?
Yeah, how do you? If you're looking for tampering, that's the first thing I would have noticed. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside.
Yes, but there's no way a coin would fit through there.
That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious.
I guess I wonder.
A tiny hole in its base. Yeah, what?
I wonder, like, okay, would it be like? I guess I'm assuming it's like kind of thing where you stick the coin in, and then the coin would, you know, hit like a lever or something. So like, was he just like jamming something up through this hole to like activate the gas or whatever?
Oh, maybe. Because, yeah, like, how does this system work?
You have to know how it works inside. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's the only thing that makes sense. All right, I think we looked at everything though.
Find something we can present that on. Oh, doesn't appear to have been tampered with. Do you want to go ahead and present, or?
I mean, do you want
or do you want to press?
Let's press the last things,
Okay.
or the last two things, just for
I'm sure
completion's sake. But that's probably what it is.
Yeah. See if they have any other pieces of evidence.
There's only one key for all of your meters?
Well, in truth, there's another key in the company vault at our main office. But even if someone had somehow managed to get hold of a key, we know if the coin box had been opened.
Oh, how?
I came up with a rather clever way to expose any little shenanigans as it happens.
Would you care to explain?
What's a shenanigan?
Well, now, in order to empty a meter, you have to unlock the padlock and remove the cover. But when I close the cover again, I stick a little beeswax seal on it, you see?
A seal? Like the sort of thing you'd put on an envelope, you mean?
No, like the animal.
I put a little seal on it.
I got a tiny little seal. Something like that, yes. Basically, you can't remove the cover again without breaking the seal.
Now, in the case of Mr. Shamspeare's meter, there were no coins inside at all, as I said.
But the seal hadn't been broken either. Well,
So-
wait, how did they... Or maybe I'm a little confused, because I'm like, if the seal's still on it, how did they... Did they open it?
Well, they went back to the office and opened it, so then they might have
Did
resealed
they put another seal back on, I guess?
That's maybe my guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, sounds right
Or
to
did
me.
they just kind of shake it, like, he's looking at us.
I just looked over, for context, I just looked over.
He's like, excuse me, could you stop talking?
Like, right in front of me, I'm in the middle of court right now. Could you please discuss this somewhere else? Judging. Wow. Keep your judgy face away, Ryunosuke. I guess I should just read your dialogue and then your face
or
will
yeah,
change.
he's asking us this question.
Yeah, so that would mean Mr. Shamspeare somehow managed to steal coins from inside the meter without opening it.
That's right, Ryunosuke.
Yes, good job.
It would seem so, but that would be impossible.
Or would it?
Alright, somehow he's using all the flaming gas ones without paying a penny.
How do you know that he's been using gas, though?
Good point.
Well, now, since I started investigating this bloke, I've been to his room more than a few times.
Smooch to kiss, all that, you know.
Unrelated to the case. And on every single occasion, his lamps have been blazing and his stove pounding. Wait, is that what stoves are supposed to do?
Oh.
It's the middle of winter, and he still turns to me, sweat dripping down his cheeks, and says... Get thee to a nunnery.
Hamlet indeed.
Ah, I could wring the bloke's neck. I get all hot under the collar.
Because you're so hot. But still.
Every time I open up that flaming meter, it's empty. He's robbing me of my salary, too. What's wrong with the world? Where's the justice?
But how can Mr. Shamspeare possibly be stealing the money? I don't understand. The simple explanation is right before your eyes. What? A toast to you eventually realizing that the gasman could be an accomplice.
You what?
Good lord! Good lord! Double the naughty list! Double the naughty list! Eminently plausible indeed.
But what would he be getting out of it?
Right, yeah, he's out of a salary.
He doesn't live there, so it's not like he's getting free gas. Here, should we get a picture of that? Hold on.
That's good, that's good. Well,
What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, just one moment. Ergo's getting a potential thumbnail ready.
Oh, please, Lady Quinby, I'm a faithful worker. And besides, if the money us gasmen collect doesn't tally with how much gas has been used, you dock our pay by the same amount.
So you'd be stealing money only to have the same amount taken from your wages. Clearly that makes no sense.
perhaps it's a case of losing the battle to win the war?
No, I'm not gonna stir up that hornet's nest. If I went stealing from the company, I'd be finished.
it would seem there is no evidence to support the claims of thievery made against the victim, because Mr. William Shakespeare is innocent. Pray forgive me if that shatters some illusion my learned Nipponese friend was clearly under.
No, you just shattered your glass.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's been shattered, your glass. You should calm down.
I certainly didn't expect to uncover another crime that looks like it's been taking place in the very same room.
According to the testimony, it's only the meter in Mr. Shakespeare's room that's under suspicion. It does seem as though perhaps it has nothing to do with the incident involving Mr. Natsume.
I know, it does seem that way, but the fact is, since I've been practicing law in England, I feel like I've encountered this at least once already. Cases that are interlinked. Like they're on purpose for the game.
Like they were written as a work of fiction.
Oh, like Mr. Sholmes' stories.
Oh.
Sorry, those are non-fiction. Those are real.
Wait a second, are we in a video game?
Holy shit.
Oh no! Turns into Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh no! It's just how to take down, like, goes through across the screen.
It might seem that two cases have nothing to do with one another at first, but in fact, they're intimately connected.
Yes, we have experienced that before, haven't we? I wonder if this is another instance.
Perhaps, but we can't be sure of that yet. If the Altamont Gas Company has been investigating Mr. Shakespeare so earnestly, there must be something to it. But then, how has he been managing to steal their gas?
Okay, let's go to the one we know that it
Yeah.
is. Hang on.
So it was like let's just see. Oh, it's probably this one.
Yeah, and yet the meter...
No, wait, next one.
Oh, the next one?
The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with.
Oh, it's funny that you say that. It doesn't
It's a
appear
big old
to be.
hole in it.
Well, not a big old hole, but it's big enough.
Yeah,
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
that's.
Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show some signs of having been tampered with.
Also, I realized he called her Quinby, which is, I guess is
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. Yeah.
Queen Bee. Ah, that's
She's
good.
Quinby Altamont. What?
Get away! I've been over and over that thing. Really? I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case,
You just like forget to look at the bottom.
what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Hole? What?
You're right, you're quite right. There is a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do.
In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shakespeare secretly opened up this hole himself.
Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. Couldn't get a farthing through that. At first I thought it said, like, farting.
You couldn't get a fart through that thing.
Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design.
What sort of details?
Like the inner mechanisms, I bet.
Well, I'd specifically like to know is...
Hang on. I wonder, sometimes it lets me go back anyway, but let's do a
Sure,
quick little
yeah.
save.
Just in case.
Can't hurt.
Easier to go back.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
think?
How it's dismantled, how it differentiates coins. I feel like that's relevant because we
Yeah.
were talking about like how the
Yeah.
coin thing works, so like I wonder if that's relevant to what we were wondering. So let's use that one.
How does that meter tell the difference between different coins?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if someone were to put in 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, would it?
No, of course not.
So, well, how does the meter know that the coin it's been fed is a threepenny bit? Threepenny bit. Blah, 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 blah.
Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. I don't know why we're using inches in Britain, but... No, wait, except this is... Never mind. Actually, the metric system, I think maybe it wouldn't have been invented yet, so never mind. I take back my complaint.
I don't know either way, so I'm just gonna nod and agree.
Actually, also now that I think about it, I think doesn't Britain actually also still use like feet and inches and stuff?
I don't know.
I think it's the United States and the UK. That
We're an educational stream. Go ahead and look that up.
Nah, let's keep going.
Wow.
It's not that important.
Do the research on your own time if you want to know. And in my opinion, you should, when you Google it, look underneath the AI suggested answer and go research your own.
Yeah.
Don't just read that. Anyway, I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent.
Okay. As you wish, my lord. So what does it say now? The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit. Let's press that.
But conversely then, it would seem that anything matching a 3-pence coin exactly in terms of diameter and thickness could equally well be used. Would that be true?
I have. Can I give my hashtag game theory?
Sure. What is it, Matt Pat?
He makes ice, like pieces of ice that are the size of a coin, and then they melt and the water just drips out.
Oh, because his floor is wet.
There was a puddle. Yeah, I solved it.
Did you not even think of that when you said that? You didn't remember the puddle?
Yeah, I forgot about the puddle.
Oh my god, baby, your brain is so big.
Because I was just thinking of that old like riddle or whatever. Where it's like somebody was stabbed and there was a puddle, but there's no knife, and it's like, oh, he was stabbed
with an ice cube. Yeah.
So I was like, it's basically that, but with coins.
Dude.
Or the soap.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, because we still don't know why there's chewed up soap in there.
Then you would have to like dissolve the soap or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I feel like your method is the superior one.
The only thing is, I don't know where he would be getting the ice. I mean, just from outside, I guess.
Oh, because it's snowing.
Yeah, I guess.
It's cold right now.
I don't know.
I mean, hey, log that in there. But I'm pretty sure that's up there with some of Matt Pat's top best ones. And same with Tom. You know what? Hashtag Tom Game Theory. Let's go. Anyway.
Yes, in a way, the weight comes into it to a certain extent as well. We've thought of that though anyway. If I find any fake coins inside the coin box when I empty the meter, the contract says the customer has to pay 100 times the amount they diddled as a fine.
Diddle kid is here. Sorry.
No diddling.
The diddler.
We live for moments like that, us gas men do. Live for them. We love ruining people's lives.
I thought he was going to say we love diddling. That's what I thought it was.
No.
Funny Game Grumps reference in 2025. Let's go. It would seem the gas company has thought of everything.
Wahoo, hurrah for gas. Hurrah for cash. Altamont all the way.
You know what I'm kind of sad for? I like that her first name is Quinby, because Queen Bee. But her last name doesn't really fit into like the Ace Attorney pun that like stuff that I'm used to. Unless I'm not getting something. That Quinby Altamont. Unless I'm saying it wrong.
It just sounds like it's a fancy person name.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like that's something I've noticed throughout this game. I feel like I've noticed that throughout this game there aren't as many pun names or like altogether.
The thing is, some of them are because remember, a lot of things are references to Sherlock Holmes stuff.
So maybe they could only do so much.
Maybe the Altamont Gas Company. Actually, that does sound familiar now that I think about it. Mm-hmm. I think the Altamont Gas Company might have been like something in one of the Sherlock stories.
Gotcha. So yeah, they probably
it's a mix of the puns and then references.
Yeah, so that's probably what they did. Is if they were making some puns, they would do like the first names and then like the last names would be normal or something like that, based on the references. That makes sense. So man, he's hooping. Yeah. He's hooping and hollering for that cash and that gas. Woo!
That's quite enough of that.
Remind me, how big are threepenny bits?
About 3/4 of an inch across.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2 centimeters measurement significant?
Never mind. Okay, the metric system does exist.
There you go.
They do exist.
Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on.
Yes, you may be right. Like asking about whether the meter can be dismantled, for
Do
example.
we want to delve deeper?
Yes.
I mean, I guess might as well keep going.
Anytime you get the option to
Yeah,
delve
yeah.
deeper, you usually should, yeah.
Because if we turn out to be wrong, then we can always go back and do the dismantling thing.
Yeah. How can the meter be
Wait.
dismantled?
Wait, what? He's going to the other thing? Whatever. Dismantled? I thought we were choosing not to talk about that.
Well, I said delve deeper. So I guess what it is
Yeah,
it's going
I-
into the
I
other
didn't
one.
under-
I wonder if that was
Yeah.
their way of going, like, regardless of which one you picked, you'd have to talk about the other one anyway. Sometimes they do
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yes, given that there are no signs of it having been forced, I'm wondering if perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart.
Well, yes, that does make some sense. The padlocks are made by a first-class locksmith from the finest quality steel, and the meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can assure you, it's quite impossible to dismantle it. Wahoo, yeah! Nothing leaks from an leaks from an Altamont meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing.
I see. I also see Norohodo. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent.
Okay. So I guess we'll press that. All joints on the meter are welded shut and the lock is made of all steel. Okay.
Has anyone ever tried?
Oh yeah, they've tried. They've all given up before long. After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action.
Yes, that makes sense.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is its welded steel construction significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's construction that we should be focusing on?
Oh, okay, it seems like they're just gonna focus.
Yeah, you may be right.
I feel like the other thing is more relevant.
Yeah, I think
So
so,
let's
too.
do the delve deeper to switch back to that. And then I think we need to like present something probably on the amended statement.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, this will. Hold on.
Same stuff.
Wait. If I just hold this down, that's faster.
Yeah. Yes, again. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's designed for coins, exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. So do we have something? We have soap. End of an envelope.
A cheap bar of soap. It's
Hold
one of
on.
the two that were found
The
there.
thing?
Oh, there was a hole.
Oh, is it 2 centimeters?
Oh, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on this side, about 2 centimeters
centimeters
across.
across.
Yep.
Okay.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Do you think?
We did find this soap at the scene, didn't we?
Yes, yes. There were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window. So we took this one.
But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
He imprints the coin in there.
Yeah. Wow, Sasato, you sound just like me.
Oops, but there is no sign of it now. Where could it have gone?
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's what we're presenting then, I guess.
Seems so.
All right, present.
Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were there investigating in Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly.
Something the same size as a threepenny bit. What was it?
The item in question is this.
What? Have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap. It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say.
It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would help, Ryunosuke.
Should have just led with that.
What's so important about the soap is this part here. There's that funny little round depression. I didn't mean to do that. Yep, it's a perfect circle.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not what I
Right, you
wanted.
have to press R
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Put it there.
Just press R.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's what I need to do. It's all fine. It's all good. Don't worry.
Got it!
Finally! You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean.
Ah. Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there?
That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter.
That's the size of my depression.
I'm so sorry, Rhinosca. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly, now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen. I want your money!
We only need one.
Making toys isn't cheap, you know.
It sounds rather like highway robbery, doesn't it?
Also, what a weird, like, I'm assuming it's worth 3 pennies? Like, what a weird denomination.
Yeah, that is a little
Right.
odd.
Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now to see if it fits. My word! It couldn't be more snug!
Can't get it out now.
I ship it! They were meant to be!
Yes, as I suspected.
This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded.
Well, I don't believe it.
So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas? Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur, at least, that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You could make fake coins in no time.
Oh, that's why they were out of the windows. You put water in them and then let them freeze into ice.
Ah.
That's the only thing I was wondering, how did he get ice in the shape of coins?
There you go.
Yeah.
This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Sam Spear has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened that nobody has considered yet.
But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found that money emptied the meter.
Quite true, Lady Altamont. This is why you're on the nice list. I mean, well, sort of. Yeah, you're on the teeter list, really. You teeter on the edge. In the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
That fucking face of his.
Yeah.
He looks so...
I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes.
Exactly. And the meter here gives it away.
What on earth?
There are remnants of the magical method visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room.
If that is your assertion, counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once.
Well, remnants of the method used. Fake coins.
I mean, are they just talking about the hole?
Or is it the wax? Did he put wax over the... But no, that wouldn't make any
No.
sense. I guess it's the
I think
hole.
they just mean the hole, I guess. Because press R.
Yeah, I guess so.
Got it!
We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Okay.
Because I think they're just going to explain what you've already figured out.
Yeah, I guess Rinosuke actually
Yeah.
is on the same page as us. I'm used to them being behind.
Yeah. Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meaterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
Oh, I get it.
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice.
Did you say ice?
Mr. Shamspeare has been leaving soaps like these outside his window each evening filled with water.
After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades. As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts, turning back into water, and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of this wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas.
Just like that, so simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us all with some bars of soap and some water.
Yep, like idiots. That's right, madam.
I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless.
I'm fairly sure I didn't design it.
Evidence.
Sorry?
I want evidence. If you're going to stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof.
She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she?
I'm going to cry. That's what she looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Very well, Lady Altamont. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it.
What?
Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying... Are you saying you do actually have evidence to support this theory? It's not just a hashtag game theory?
I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspeare has been stealing gas is...
Yeah, we have a picture of the room, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there, yeah, right there. Ooh.
Or Z.
There we go.
Or that.
Take that!
This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare. What remnants? What is this, Five Nights at Freddy's? Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter.
What is that? Some kind of grubby stain?
Almost certainly. It's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter.
Ah,
If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, you can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor.
this is awful.
And there's further evidence too.
Is there?
Right? Oh, the soap? Mr. Shamspeare slumped over his table, apparently having consumed... Strike a 9! Strike 9! And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half.
You're right.
It would appear to me then, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he? Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but... certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
In truth, Mr. Shamspeare was found with a fork in his hand. A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zeeks.
Do you mean to say he was using that fork to...
Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
Ah,
But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious!
Why was it broken?
Ugh. Get this nasty vintage away from me.
Like he was trying to pry the thing out, but like he pushed it too hard and broke the soap.
Maybe.
And then the ice coin hit him in the head and knocked him out. I don't know. Is that what happened? Is that what we're going on?
I guess we'll find out. Lord Van Zeeks, I was throwing my hand up in despair.
Yeah? Like,
And
like I just don't care.
and happened to catch my hollowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake.
It's the second bottle. Second
Yep.
bottle of this. I think, what, 2 bottles, 2 goblets?
Something like that. And you know what? Man, he's like Godot. Just constant with his drinks over here.
What is the meaning of this council? Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination?
Well,
I don't know.
that Mr. William Shamspeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable.
That's it. That's exactly it. Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can't be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison.
Huh?
And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea.
Was it in the bar of soap?
In the ice coin?
Yeah.
And then he ate the ice coin?
But what would that have done?
I don't know.
The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if Mr. William Shakespeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication.
Ace Attorney faceplant!
Order! Order! Well, counsel, how does the defense respond?
Mr. Naruhodo!
What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zeeks is saying?
We gotta raise an objection.
Gotta! It's Ace Attorney. Objections are our lifeblood.
No! This isn't over. The defense will not rest. What? But, counsel, you successfully explained everything. You've identified and substantiated the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspeare to consume gas. What more is there to discuss?
Lord Van Zeeks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all.
What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend?
At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption, made due to a lack of evidence.
This is me posing all dramatic.
But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witness to take the stand.
Don't be absurd! What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together, and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider. Namely, was someone else responsible? Was there another visitor? Or was the poison in the tea? I feel like it's the poison in the tea. I'm gonna save real quick though.
Maybe it wasn't in the ice coin.
I again, at the moment,
But why?
I don't currently
I don't know.
understand.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's the only
Right.
other possibility.
Yeah, the poison in the tea. We've all been led to believe that this Strike 9 poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume. But that's conjecture at best.
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. That was the thing we saw in the soap. It wasn't a coin.
Oh yeah, because it was brown or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
unless that was the wax that he's using to make the... Or wait, no.
What?
Oh, no. He was using the soap. I don't know why I was thinking wax for a second. Yeah. But yes. That's my theory. That's my hashtag game theory.
And a particular piece of evidence proves it. A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to talk like Lord Van Six. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
Because... Wait, so the soap we have here doesn't have the brown thing.
Correct.
So I don't know how we can bring that up. Tell us about the nature of the past.
Hang on. Ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. Highly likelihood of the substance having been mixed with tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. The poisoning incident occurred around 1:30. Such from the victim's pocket watch. No container for the poison was found. So we have a container, though. I wonder if that's what it's about.
No.
We do have a container. The soap.
But they're asking us
Something from the... I mean...
about the nature of the defendant's tea.
Hang on.
Can we look at the teacups again? There's the thing about how there's the ring, like the ring of tea.
This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside.
Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea.
Oh, really? I've never noticed before.
You've never noticed?
Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it?
Oh dear. So many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture. And most of them are Japanese. I wonder, though. Because this just suggests that it took a long time for him to drink it.
Yeah, which actually
corroborates with his
for
story.
us.
Yeah. I don't like it, but I think this is maybe that if this is the correct
I guess
line of thinking.
Yeah, I wish that, like, because I know it's like, because yeah, that's what we're thinking. We just don't know if that's what Ryunosuke is thinking.
Yeah. What did I save last time?
Oh, I don't know.
Just in case. Hang on.
Sure.
Just in case.
So, yeah. The soap.
Take that!
Good gracious! The soap again?
Okay.
The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice? Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday.
Ha.
It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice. There was something strange about them, you mean? Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red. No, you mean... That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea.
Dun 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 dun. What?
I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial.
Oh, see, I thought it was the poison, but okay, yeah, the tea.
Yeah, and then maybe there's poison in that tea. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again, never.
Ah, yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing. So on the night in question, Mr. Shamspear, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins.
Huh.
So he couldn't have used the poison in the tea then.
Okay.
There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene.
That's right, and we only borrowed one of them. So here's the thing. Refresh my memory. How do we know that Strike 9 poison was involved at all? Was it based on him being in the hospital that they found traces of it?
Yes.
So maybe there was traces of the poison enough to maybe hurt him but not kill him in his soap, and so then he would use that to...
Oh yeah, is the soap poisonous?
That's what I'm wondering.
Is that it? That's where the poison came from?
Yeah, because...
Because they keep saying that the soap is like some really shitty soap, so maybe it just has poison in it.
Oh, yeah, maybe the soap actually just hurt him, you know? Because, I'm going back to maybe the Strike 9 poison was in the soap, but that, again, who put it there? If it's not Mr. Natsume and he only had one visitor and it was him, then that could conclude there was no poison in the soap.
I'm saying the soap itself is poisonous.
Because it's made of shitty materials, so poison is in the soap.
It has the poison in it, or like maybe the soap was meant to kill somebody or whatever. And so he maybe made like one, maybe he popped out. He had put the tea in there to make the ice coin.
Yeah.
And then he popped it out and was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a lick or something. And that poisoned it. Because it just like absorbed it from the soap. From being in the soap.
Maybe.
He was like,
but
I'm
again,
gonna... I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't fully proved that the reason the bar of soap broke was because it was just oops, you know, because he's been doing this a lot, so who knows. But I guess we'll find out. But I'm curious to see where this line leads because, yeah, it's obviously the tea wasn't poisoned, you know.
Either that, sorry, the other thing I was going to bring up is that he had been leaving them out on the windowsill. And, well, I don't think it was the gas man, but, like, the gas man or somebody else outside could have poisoned it while it was out on the windowsill.
True. That could be possible. Somebody else could have done it.
If it's not from the soap itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime, frozen solid, in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamspear's window. Extraordinary! Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even one drop of tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what was until now been mere conjecture, by finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains Strike 9 at all. Ah, you smug Nipponese! Hey! Hey, stop it with the casual racism!
Why is it always gotta be about race?
My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once, and the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. Bailiff! Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once!
Yes, my lord, understood.
Wild and crazy times.
Is this a good time to take a break?
Want to take a quick little break?
Either that, or I know we were maybe just gonna do shorter this time.
I mean, I'm fine doing longer still if you want to keep going.
I mean, I would be good with stopping.
Stopping now? Yeah, we can stop now. All right. So
well, it seems like if we want to go until he says he's about to suspend the proceedings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah. So we'll go for a little bit more. We'll make this a
I thought
shorter
they
one.
were doing that right now, but
Yeah. We'll most likely
I feel like
keep
we're
it a
about to
shorter
get.
one then.
I feel like we're about to get a to be continued or something.
Yeah.
So
it would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zeeks. None, my lord. Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim.
Yep, we're about to do another investigation.
Nice. Yes, my lord.
I'm not doing shit. I'm just going to stand here until we come back.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going into my coffin.
ugh, we managed to scrape through there somehow. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Alright.
Bram, 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 bram.
To be continued. Do.
Say.
Yeah, I think we will save there. But yeah, good job figuring out the whole meter stuff there, Ergo.
Thanks.
Very wise. I don't know if I would have figured that out, honestly, on my own. Maybe. I would like to think that I would. But, you know what? All I know is
sure
my
you
husband has a big old brain, so
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Alright.
But let's see if anybody is around to possibly rate. Or, well, actually, I don't even know. Oh, well, no, we have 3 viewers. We could see. Let's see. Is there anyone who we know who is doing some things? Anybody that you see, Ergo?
Nah. I think we're good.
No? Okay. Well, hopefully, if you've enjoyed today, if there are people that are streaming that you would like to keep an eye out on, go and give them a hello. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you for joining us for this late night Ace Attorney stream. And I look forward to finding out what's going on with that tea and that soap. Oh no, tear up. That's okay, friends. I appreciate you, though. Stopping by for a mo. We did a weird late one. I hope that your stream went well, your karaoke stream from earlier. I hope that it did go good. I'm sure it did. You go?
Yeah.
Yeah! I was gonna say, and you.
And also me.
Well, good. Well, since we don't have anyone that we can send to a raid at the moment, again, go ahead and say hello to some peeps if you'd like. But have a great rest of your night. Enjoy yourselves, and maybe you can solve the mystery. What's going to be in that tea? Is it poison? Is Ergo right? Is the soap just shitty and it's got poison in it anyway? Only time will tell. We'll see you next Monday to reveal,
Next time.
hopefully.
On a Turdy Ball Z.
Yeah, Attorney Ball Z! The answer will find you. Bye-bye!